So we did 52 yesterday and 53. So Sutra 53 says Ridvayam Laha. So Ridvayam Laha.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I have a request basically. For the sutras, can you at least give one example in Devanagari because it's difficult for me to recognize, for example, her in Devanagari. How does Sandhi takes place? One example in Devanagari.
Okay. Yesterday I was doing that, like at least when I was writing in Devanagari. Okay, so Sutra 53 says Ridvayam Laha, if we have either, either of the Ridvayas at the first place, followed by any Sarveshvara, excluding the Ridvayas, then the Lri, either the Vaman or the Trivikrama becomes La. La. So for example, Shak, Lri, Artha. So Lri followed by A, so Lri becomes La. So we get Shaklar Tha, like this. Shaklar Tha. So Shak Lar. Okay. That's all, nothing much. This one, 53. Then next sutra says A I I I. A I. If we have A at the first place, A Rama, followed by any Sarveshwara here, then Sarveshwara will remain as it is. A will become I. Sorry, A will become I. AY. A will become I. This I is this. Ya with Halanta. Ya with Halanta. For example, um, Krishna Utkarshah. Krishna Utkarshah. So we have A at the end of Krishna and we have a Sarveshwara following U. So A becomes I, so it becomes Krishna Utkarshah like this. In Devanagari, it will be written combinedly. Krishna Yudkarshah. Krishna Yudkarshah. Okay. So this is AI. Then second part here of the sutra says that if it is I, Rama, followed by any Sarveshwara, then I will become I. I will become I. For example, Yamuna Yai Arghah, let's say. Yamuna Yai Arghah. So Yamuna Yai ends with I, and then we have a Sarveshwara A. So I becomes I. So Yamuna Ya like this and Arghah. So in Devanagari, Yamuna Ya Yarghah. Yamuna Ya Yarghah combinedly. So I became I. So that was Sutra 54. Okay. Then Sutra 55 says two parts in 55. If O of O of, if it is O followed by any Sarveshwara, then O becomes of. Like if you have been following the pattern of the sutras here, at the first place we are changing the vowels, right? Like first we were keeping advayas, then idvaya, udvaya. So likewise, we're keeping all of them one by one. So now it's towards the end. So A is done, I is done. Now we are doing O, and the last will be O, right? So we were keeping different vowels at the first place, and we were looking at the changes. So if we have O followed by any Sarveshwara, so O becomes Av, and the Sarveshwara remains as it is. For example, mm, Vishnu, Iha, O and E. So O becomes Av. So we get Vishnu, Iha. In Devanagari, Vishnaviha, Vishnaviha. And then second part of the sutra says, if we have Au followed by any Sarveshvara, then Au will become Av. Examples, I'll give you an example from Bhagavatam. Kalau asmin yuge janaha. Kalau asmin. Kalau asmin. So, so we have Au followed by a Sarveshvara A. So Au becomes Av. So Kalav asmin. Devanagari. Kala asmin. So that was Sutra 54 and 55, two parts for each. So in nutshell, A becomes I becomes I, O becomes of, O becomes av. O, of. The sutras are also very simple in that regard. A becomes I and so on. Okay. I, they are ending with Yarama, and Av and Av, they are ending with Varama. I hope that's clear. Now, the next sutra says, Eobhyam asya haro Vishnu Vedante. This sutra is an exception to the previous two rules, like partially. Arama is deleted when it comes after an A or O that is at the end of a Vishnu Pada. Okay. So this sutra is saying, okay. So there is, first of all, we have this concept of Vishnu Pada in grammar. What is Vishnu Pada? Vishnu Pada, so in Sanskrit, the words which we see in shlokas, like in the running text, Sanskrit. So those words, they are called Vishnu Padas, which are formed by applying the suffixes to the root words. So basically, root word plus suffix, whatever suffix. When we apply certain suffixes to the root words, then the final word which we get is Vishnupada. For example, let's say Rama. Rama is a root word, but we add certain suffixes, and then we get, let's say, Ramaya. We get the final form Ramaya. So this Ramaya is a Vishnupada. Vishnupada means a final form in simple words. So Rama was the root word. We added a certain suffix, and it's a noun, so Ramaya, which means something like unto Lord Rama, The suffix adds some meaning. It modifies the meaning of the noun. So Ramaya is the Vishnu Pada. So the sutra says, if there is a Vishnu Pada, like a final word, which is ending with either A Rama or O Rama, okay? Which is ending with either A Rama or O Rama, and then there is a Rama following, and there is a Rama following. Now, when there was A and Sarveshwara following, so A changed into uh, this I. And when there was O and a Sarveshwara following, so O changed into Av. But this is an exceptional rule. So this rule says, E obhyam asya haraha Vishnu padante. That if at the end of Vishnu pada, if we have either A or O Rama followed by A, so the A or O Rama will remain as they are. There will be no change in A or O. Rather, the A Rama will be deleted. The A Rama will be deleted and will put that apostrophe mark or avagraha. For example, so A will be deleted. For example, Krishne atra. Krishne atra. So A followed by A. So there will be no change in A. Rather, the A will be deleted and there will be this apostrophe mark in place of this. We see this a lot, right? In Devanagari, we'll put that avagraha sign. Krishne, this one, this which looks like S. Krishnetra. And example for O, um, so aham, like soham, we have soham ashram in Vrindavan. So aham, so O, and then the next letter is A. So that A will be deleted and we'll get this. In Devanagari, so hum or dasoham, whatever. Okay, this is very common. So wherever you see this avagraha or apostrophe mark, by default, understand that this is a deleted a Rama, Vamana a. So Eobhyam Asya Haro Vishnu Padante. Hare Atra, Haretra. And one more thing, there is no pronunciation for the deleted a. There is no pronunciation for the deleted a. When the a is deleted, so when it comes in the shloka, like apostrophe or avagraha, so we will not pronounce it because it's deleted. So we will pronounce it like Hare Tra, not Hare Atra. Vishnu Tra, not Vishnu Atra. Otherwise, it will disturb the flow of the chanda in the verse. It will disturb the flow of the meter. Yes, Siddhivinayak Prabhu, you were saying something? कुछ कह रहे हैं आप?
हाँ मतलब प्रभु जब हाँ अच्छा ये चेंजेस दिखेंगे मतलब एस टाइप दिखेगा तो ये जो वाला सूत्र है वो अप्लाई हुआ है
हाँ, जब वो आपको अवग्रह दिखे जो एस वाला सिंबल तो उसका मतलब ये वाला सूत्र लगा है वहां पे
हाँ
और वहां पे आराम है आराम. ठीक है. फिर अयाति नाम य वयोर वा. This sutra is connected with Sutra 54 and 55. The ya and va of I, av, and av. If you remember, these were the four changes, right? In 54 and 55. I, av, and av. So the ya and va of these four changes are optionally deleted when they are at the. So basically, we changed a into I into I, o into av, and au into av. So this sutra says that when we have changed into I, av, and av, optionally we will delete the last letters of that change, ya and va. So we'll get two answers for each. So one is this, and the second answer is Krishna space Utkarshah. So first A is converted into AY, or whatever, either of those four. And then we will delete the last ya or varama, whatever is there. Now we have deleted the ya and there is this space. So now someone can say, Prabhuji, we can apply Udvay O here, like Purusha and Uttama, and it can become Purushottam, like that. So it can become Krishnotkarsha, right? That is applicable here. And Advaya and Udvaya becomes O. But the next sutra says, Tesham na sandhir nityam. Words that have lost their ya or va do not undergo further sandhi. So once we have deleted ya or va, there will be no further sandhi. It's prohibited. So there will be no sandhi. They will remain separate words. Krishna and Utkarsha. I'll give you an example for this one from Bhagavad Gita. Taime vastita yuddhe pranang styaktva dhanani cha, right? Chapter 1. Taime vastita. So if you see there in Veda base, so it is te plus ime. In the synonyms you will see. And by applying this rule, A became I, so ta ime, and optionally ya is deleted, so ta ime. So this second form they have Vyasdeva used there in the verse, ta ime. So it's upon the author, the compiler, which version he wants to go with, either the first one or second one. So there it is ta ime. Because otherwise it would have been te me, advay midvaye. So this is also like a trick how we can know the original word. Similarly for this I, and same thing here. This year will be deleted, verb will be deleted, this verb. Here in the Bhagavatam, they have chosen to keep the undeleted version, Kalavasmin, instead of Kala space Asmin. So it's upon the author. Okay. Then second last sutra. O Ramantanam, Anantanam, Chavyayanam Sarveshware. Avyayas. Okay. What are avyayas, anyone? What what are avyaya shabdas in Sanskrit or in general?
Fixed words.
Okay, fixed words whose forms do not change at any point of time. You will never see them in a different form. For example, in Sanskrit, there are a lot of avyaya shabdas. For example, cha, iti, tatha. Tell me some more avyaya shabdas you know or you think they are avyaya shabdas in Sanskrit. Cha, iti, tatha,
Yatha.
yatha. What else?
Eva.
Eva, very nice.
Tatra.
Tatra. So likewise, it's a complete list. So these are all avyaya shabdas, indeclinable words, fixed words, whose forms are always fixed. They never change. For example, we just saw that how a word like Rama will have different forms, like Ramaya, Ramena, Rame, ityadi, ityadi. So those are not avyaya shabdas because they have different forms. They change. But these words, you will never see them in a different form. You will never see
But
tatra like tatram or tatrena. No. Tatra is tatra. Yatha is yatha. Ityadi. So the sutra says those avyaya shabdas, those indeclinable words, which end in O Rama, which end with O Rama, they will not undergo any sandhi when a Sarveshwara follows. So this is an exception again. This is an exception. So there are these words. Yeah, it's mentioned in Sankshodhani. So these are few avyaya shabdas ending with O Rama. Atho, aho, aho, utaho, o, no, bo, hang, ho, and ho. They all mean something. Mostly they are used in Sambodhana, in addressing, like ho mitra, aho mitra, bho. Mitra. So all of these words ending with O Rama, they are Avyaya Shabdas. So if we have such words, let's say Atho, and if there is any word beginning with the Sarveshwara, then there will be no Sandhi. There will be no Sandhi. They have shown here also. Like no Upendraha. So generally we would have applied O of, O would have become of, but it's prohibited. So no Upendra remains no Upendra. No Achyutaha remains no Achyutaha, and likewise. So this is part one of this sutra. Then second part of this sutra says, if we have Avyaya Shabdas again, indeclinable words, which are Anantas. What are Anantas again? सिद्धिविनायक प्रभु अनंत क्या होते हैं? अनम्यूट करके बोलिए. अनंत किसको बोलते हैं? अनंत.
आ ई ई उ उ.
हाँ, आ ई उ अनंताः. So one thing is that those 6 letters, they are normal aksharas, letters, but those 6 letters are also avyayas, and they mean something. Like individually, they also mean something. So when they are used in such avyaya sense, and if there is any Sarveshwara following, so there will be no sandhi. Let me show you. Jiva Goswami gives examples here. Okay. So the Kevala Anantas, I mean the Avyaya Anantas, headed by a Rama, are used in the sense of addressing and so forth. So the Avyaya A is used in the sense of Sambodhana, addressing. Then the Avyaya A is used in the sense of remembrance, Smarana. This is Jiva Goswami explaining. The Avyaya E, Vamana E, is used in the sense of Bhartsana, reproach, like, scolding someone. The Trivikrama E, Avyaya, is used in the sense of Vak Purana, filling up a sentence. Sometimes, like to fill a shloka, we need certain numbers of syllables, you know. So then, sometimes the author, they use Vak Puran stuffs, like he, like this. Then U is used in the sense of Amantrana, like humble invitation. And the Trivikrama U is used in the sense of Pratishedh, prohibition. Examples are Ananta, like Sambodhana. So because this A is used as Avyaya, so there will be no Sandhi because it's prohibited by this sutra. So it will remain Ananta. Otherwise, which sutra would have been applied here? Dashavatare Militva Trivikrama. Similarly, Evam Achyuta Leela, remembrance, Smarana. So Evam Achyuta Leela, no Sandhi. Achyutam na bhajasi, Bhartsana, reproach, scolding. Achyutam na bhajasi, shame on you, you don't worship Achyuta. Then Idrisha Sansara, this is this Vak Puran. No Sandhi, well, the material world is like this. Achyuta Amantrana, please come, O Achyuta. And Upasannam Mam Tejasi, this is Pratishedh, prohibition, that don't abandon me who have come near. I hope this is clear. First of all, those words ending with O and which are avyayas, no sandhi for them. Second, words, the avyayas, anantas, no sandhi for them. Okay.
The Prabhuji, the Anantas, they have to be in the Kevala Anantas have to be in the first place, right? Because
I mean,
Sutra doesn't
see,
say.
like in the verses, it could be anywhere. Of course, it has to be at the first place, right? First place.
Okay.
Because it
Because in the
says, na,
Sutta it was not.
no. Actually, it says, the translation is avyayas that end in orama and that
Orama.
are anantas do not undergo sandhi when a sarveshwara follows. Sarveshwara follows naturally mean it has to be at the first place, right?
Venasar. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So when a Sarveshwara follows means it has to be at the first place, and the Sarveshwara will be at the second place, right?
So, yes. So these anantas, they're also called avyayas, the single anantas, right? Like they're also just called avyayas in general.
Yes, yes. No, in general not. Only
Okay.
when they're used in these meanings.
Yeah, I meant in these meanings. If they're used, when I say singular, I mean when they're just like when they're used like a and then some other word and the e and then some other word, like you showed in the examples, right? Whenever they're used like that, then these anantas can also be called avyayas.
Yes, yes. Then they are abhyayas, and then no sandhi for them.
Okay.
Okay, then the last sutra for Sarveshwara Sandhi for today. Edu detam dvivachanasya manivadi varjam. And Trivikrama E, Trivikrama U or A, Rama, that belongs to Dvivachana, does not undergo Sandhi. See, this sutra, the previous sutra, they are Pratishedha sutras. Sangya cha, paribhasha cha, vidhi niyama eva cha, atidesho dhikarascha, and Pratishedha. So these are called Pratishedha sutras. Those sutras which prohibit or restrict the application of some another sutra. Such sutras, they are called Pratishedha sutras. Okay. This is like one more category of sutras. One kind of sutras were Sangya sutras, Atra Namakaranam Sangya. Those sutras which give name. These kinds of sutras are Pratishedha sutras. Okay. Which prohibit. So if we have uh, a word ending with either Trivikrama E, Trivikrama U, or A Rama in Dvivachana, in dual case, like in Sanskrit, we also have dual case, then there will be no sandhi for them also. In the next chapter, we will learn, uh, we will see words ending with Trivikrama E, Trivikrama U, or A, which are in dual case. So that next chapter will tell us more about that. So, for example, Hari ending with long E and Atra. So this Hari means two Haris, dual. So no sandhi for them. Okay. Same Vishnu Atra, Amu Atra, Gange Atra, Bhajete Ajitam. So there are no sandhis for them. So this is an exception to the previous rules, the Sandhi rules. But it says the Manivadis are an exception to this rule. Then there is an exception to the exception. So Manivadis are these words. Mani plus Iva, Dampati plus Iva, Rodasi plus Iva, Jampati plus Iva. So these all words are also in dual case, but we will apply Sandhi for them. Only for these. So this is like an exception to the exception. So we apply the Shavtare Atmake and we get Mani, Iva, Dampati, Iva, ityadi. So quite simple, nothing much here. So here we complete the Sarveshwara Sandhi. So in the appendix, they have given exercise which all of you can practice. Let me see which page number is that. Okay, so you can actually do this by on your own also. So page 783 of the PDF. Page 783 of the PDF. So this is like they have given test on Sangyas. Please go through that. Then again, second test of Sangya. They have given groups and you have to name them. Okay. Then first test of Sandhi. So this is for Sarveshwara Sandhis, which we have done this week. Sutra 42 to 60. Okay. So please do this also. Some 74 Sandhis they have given. Okay. So please do these three exercises. 1, 2, and 3. 2 for Sangyas and 1 for the Sandhi. And so you do on your own and then we'll discuss it in the next class. And also practice. You can practice in that Sandhi app. So we'll stop here. If anything to be said, ask.
So about the earlier page, this 784,
Mhm.
from top second one and the fourth one, it appears to be like both are same.
No, there's a difference. In the second one, we have the Hari Venus. Fourth one is devoid of Hari Venus. No Hari Venus.
No, sorry. Yeah, fifth one.
Okay,
Second and
then you write whatever comes to your mind.
okay.
Maybe there is some typo there. Some mistake,
Uh,
typing mistake.
And Prabhu, about the two sutra, this Satsangat Purva Vamanopi Guru and Dashavatare Ekatmake Militva Trivikrama. This appears to be like both similar.
How?
In both cases, they are becoming Trivikrama.
No, but Satsangat Purva Vamanopi Guruhu, that is different. There, a Vamana doesn't become Trivikrama, it is considered as Trivikrama.
Okay, yeah.
See, like in Padma,
Chanda.
yeah, the Chanda thing. Like Padma. So in Padma, the and ma, they are Satsanga. It is a Satsanga, conjunct consonant. And so the before this is a Vamana. So it's not that
Correct.
it becomes Trivikrama. It remains a Vamana, but it is considered a Trivikrama, like an imposition. So there is a
Okay.
difference. Yeah, there is a difference.
And Prabhu, just now you quoted this Shadvida, Sutrani Shadvidani verse. So should we bahad those verses also?
Yeah, if you can do that one, Sangyacha Paribhashacha Vidhirnayamaya, that would be good. So the verse given in that vritti. Yeah, so Sangya, because it says the 6 kinds of sutras, right? Sangyacha, Paribhashacha, Sangya Sutra, Paribhasha Sutra, Vidhi Sutra, Niyama Sutra, Atidesh Sutra, and Adhikara Sutra. Some say it in place of Adidesh, some say Pratishedh Sutras, the prohibitive sutras. So it would be good if you can do that.
Okay.
Anything else?
Prabhu, this Mitasanlagya, that sutra, just now you said Padma, right? And you said the the Vamana before Satsanga is considered a Trivikrama. So when you say considered a Trivikrama, so how do you pronounce it? Like you instead of Padma, you say Pad.
Yeah, we pronounce it like Vamana only. Okay, now what happens is, I mentioned it to you about Ekmatra and Dvimatra. When we are pronouncing a Vamana Akshara, the time it takes is 1 matra. And
Right.
1 matra is, let's say, it's a matra is a unit of time in Sanskrit.
Correct.
Let's say 1 second. So it takes 1 matra to pronounce Vamana, and it takes 2 matras to pronounce Trivikrama. Now, what happens here is, okay, now all of you pronounce this.
Pada.
Pada. Okay, Pada. Vamana, Vamana. First is Vamana, second is Vamana. Now, let's pronounce this one.
Padma.
Padma. Now, what happened? In Pada, it was like a straight flow. Pada. But in Padma, we kind of paused here a bit longer. Like Padma. You see? It was not Padma. Like Pada was quicker. Padma. Because of the conjunct consonant, because of the satsanga, this was pronounced for a longer period of time, along with the following consonant.
Oh.
So because of that time factor, it is to be considered a Trivikrama, mainly. Because of that
Okay.
we are prolonging the pronunciation.
Right.
And it is similar when, okay, pronounce this.
Rama.
Rama. And now?
Ramaha.
Ramaha. So now what happened? This is, although it's a Vamana, but the pronunciation of got prolonged with the visarga pronunciation. That's why even this is considered Trivikrama. So it's due to the pronunciation part, the prolonging of the
Okay.
pronunciation.
Okay. But we just write it as Vamana, but consider it as Trivikrama because of
Yeah,
pronunciation
we
and time.
write it. We write and we also pronounce it. We don't pronounce it like Rama. No, Rama
Right.
only, but only the time it takes is more than a normal Vamana Shabda.
Okay.
प्रभु जी उधर टाइम ज्यादा लग रहा है इसलिए वो जरूर है
हाँ, वो समय ज्यादा लग रहा है ना उच्चारण में, जब अनुस्वार बाद में होता है, विष्णु चक्र, विष्णु सर्ग या फिर सत्संग, तो इसलिए उसको हम गुरु मानते हैं, त्रिविक्रम मानते हैं. Okay, so just let me give you sutras for the next week. So from 61, from Sutra 61, you do Sutra 61 to... Okay, I'll keep simple for the next week. Okay, from Sutra 61 to 73 only. 13 sutras. Yeah, okay. From 61 to... One second, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it's only 18 sutras in the Vishnu Jana Sandhis. We can complete Vishnu Jana Sandhis in 18 sutras. Okay, you do 18 only. It's a small section. So you do 18 sutras from 61 till 78th, and then we'll do 61 till 78th. The pronunciations are not that difficult. So Vishnu Daso, Vishnu Padante, Hari Ghoshe, cha Hari Gada, Hari Venau, Hari Venurva, Yadav Matre, Hari Kamalam, Tatah Shashchova, Ho Hari Ghosha, Datau Paravarnau Lachata Vargeshu Nityam, Taschashe, No Antash Chachayo Sharamah, Tatayo Sharamah, Tatayo Saramah, Vishnu Chakra Purvo, Vishnu Chapa Purvo Va. This is done in 3 sutras in the Brihat version, but here they have combined into 1 sutra. Then Lela Rama Eva, Jajhanya Sharameshung Ramaha, She Chantova, Mo Vishnu Chakram Vishnu Jane, Vishnu Chakrasya Harivenu Vishnu Varge Vishnu Padantasya Tuva. Then Dvihi Sarveshwara Matrachaha, Vishnu Padanta Trivikramadva, Vamanat Marnanad Dvihi Sarveshware, Ramat Sarveshware Tu Harigotram Vina, Vishnu Janad Vishnu Dasasya Darshanam Savarge Vishnu Dase. So 18 sutras. When we were studying, we were also doing the memorization of vrittis of the sutras. Anyhow, not too scary. So, but we are not doing those, only sutras. Okay, so we'll meet in the next class. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you, Hare Krishna.